Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, July 10th, and this is our QOL pre-market analysis. And as we're starting out right now, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and like this video. Down in the description below, you can come to our website at QOLtrading.com, and the front page right here, if you put your name, your email address in here, you will be subscribed for our free weekly newsletter that we put out every Sundays, which goes over the week in review as well as what to expect in the future. Then you can join our Discord community if you want. You can hit the live trade desk right here, and you can come down here and click free and join our Discord community, which will bring you to our Discord channel right here. And in the channel here, you'll get the link every morning for the pre-market live analysis of where you are right now. There's a levels channel. This is free. If you want me to cover any levels for you, I'll be glad to do that. And then you get trade access down here, which you can get to the trade desk. And then also our new ORB scalper that we have, which, let's get back here. You can join the trade desk for free, right? For this fee here, it's a monthly subscription. And then if you want our scalper indicator, which I'll go over in a minute, you can click down here. And if you want the bundle pack is down here for both the trade room and the ORB scalper. And this ORB scalper, it's been working wonderful. Yesterday was a little noise in the morning, and then it finally gave us our target that we were hitting here. So what the scalper does for you is it identifies your opening range. It gives you the high, it gives you the low, gives you price targets and the suggested price targets for downside. You can see right here, and then also a second price target here on the downside. And then as far as the upside, it gives you, not only does it give you your opening range, it also gives you your pre-market range, right? So this was the high of the pre-market yesterday, and here was the low right here. And then here's your first price target on the upside, and then the second price target is your lighter blue, call it aqua color, on the upside as well. So it gives you some signals, meaning that for you to make up your own decision whether you want to get in and out of a trade. Right here, it identifies a possible short, gives you a yellow square for an exit on the direction that the market was going. And then, we're looking at a 1 minute chart. So a 1 minute chart is going to be a lot noisier than a 5 or a 15 minute chart. I think the 15 minute chart only gave us one signal yesterday. So if you like sitting in trades for a long time, then the 15 minute may be your trade. As you can see right here, the 15 minute gave you your one signal. It gave it to you at 9:45. You got a break right here. You hit your first price target at about 11 o'clock, and then you hit your second price target at about 12 o'clock. And then in the lower right-hand corner here, it gives you a table. It identifies your range, gives you the high, the low of the range. We're looking at a 15 minute, and it gives you the actual dollar amount. So it was a $4.92 range. It also gives you the midpoint of that range. And then it rates your range quality, and then it gives you your long grade, and then a short grade as well. And then it tells you the trade bias, right? And this is all, you have to make your own decisions on this, right? And then it tells you the state, if you're in an active trade or not, and then the session telling you in or out of session. And right now, clearly, we are out of session. So anyways, come on and join, get in the Discord room, and you can see all of that stuff. And we go over it, live trades, and things are moving pretty quickly with that. So it's actually very exciting. So let's get into our economic news here. Today we don't have anything on the docket, so we're talking about that. That's pretty much done. You've got a Fed policy report, and I'm not sure when that's going to come out. It's got tentative down here, so nothing to really look at there. As far as our tension that we have going on in the Straits, it does not seem to be impacting things too much here. So let's start with the VIX. Here on the VIX right now, we're definitely getting to this 1574 level I've been talking about. You want to get below that and stay below that. We are below the 20 at $17.08, and as well as the 50-day moving average at $17.35. So things are pretty flat, pretty calm right now in the marketplace. You can see we had that spike when escalation started again with Iran, and then it kind of gave it all back as things are moving in the direction that our administration wants. As far as oil is climbing, it's creeping a little bit. We are approaching You know, we are approaching the 20-day and the 200-day moving average, sitting at $73, $72 a barrel on the 20-day, and then on the 200, it's $74.23 per barrel. If you get above those, then I think you're going to start pushing back into this 84.34 level. It's a gap down from June 15th, and then you've got another last gap down here up at the 96.90, call it $97 barrel level. You do have the 50-day moving average at 87.77. So it'd be good for us to stay below these moving averages, the 200 and the 20-day that are sitting between $73 and $74 a barrel. So that would be great for our pocketbooks. It will take some time for it to hit the pumps for us, right? Because all these oil companies have high cost inventories right now that they have to work out. We'll see right here what we do at the 75.93, 75 level today. We're on the ES right now, looking at a 15-minute chart. We are above the 20-day and the 50-day moving averages. Dipped below it the other day, and then we got above it pretty well yesterday, the day before, and yesterday as well. You can see we held this June low at 75.29.50, so that's a pretty good level there. You can see how it wicked off of that pretty strong. So that's a pretty strong level. It's also sitting above the 20, so I would not be surprised, though, if you do get a little pullback here. Maybe test this one more time. Upside, if you can get above that 75.93, 75 and hold, I think you can start pushing back to our all-time high, 76.93. Okay, let's go and get over to the SPY. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If there's anything you want me to cover, just drop a note down in the comments and I'll be glad to take a look at it for you. 750.25 point of control level that was filled. It's holding right now. You want to stay on top and you want to stay above that and then possibly push into this open point of control at 757.70 and then it's sitting just below the all-time highs at 760.40. So I think you get above yesterday's highs, get above 752.50 and hold. You can start pushing to 757. If you lose 750.25, you could potentially flush down here to the 745.21 level. But that seems to be a pretty decent level that's holding right now. So I think your line in the sand right now, maybe the 750.25 level on the SPY. Okay, let's go over to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, I've been saying the Nasdaq's been a little sloppy as of late. But it does seem, if you can get above these the 20-day, I think the 20-day is going to open up around $29,933. And it's also sitting below this open point of control. We have a 29,999.13, call it 30,000 even. That's going to be a psychological number here. But you could see we tried to get it above it yesterday and we failed it. However, we could be stuck in between this range here, between the 50-day at moving average at 29,707.50 and yesterday's close and the 20-day sitting, call it 29,937.18. And we'll get to the Qs. The Qs are going to look pretty similar. It's trying to push higher here. But you can see we're still kind of range bound caught in between 731.92 and the 723 level. Same thing. If you can get above the 20-day and hold, the 20-day is going to be sitting, I'm going to say 720.96 will be your line in the sand for today. And then, of course, you've got this close where it may pop into 723.28 and give you a little headwind and resistance there. If you can get above yesterday's close, I think you can push back into the 732.92. And then, of course, if you get above that, then we start pushing back towards all-time highs at 748.65. Downside, you saw this little gap up that we had here. That filled pretty aggressively, and then we came back up there. So I would say, if we come back down, you could come back down to the 50, sitting at 713.80 if you do flush out for some support there. And then if you lose that, 711.10 would be your next line of defense there too. So, okay, let's get into what are we going to cover? Let's go to the mags. Okay, we'll start with NVIDIA. NVIDIA's been chopping around a little bit, though. We held above the 263 level that I marked down here yesterday. That's going to be your line in the sand for me today. If you hold above that, then you can push into the 204.13 level. And then you can see, though, that's going to be a pretty big level, though. So if you do get above that 204.13 level, you're going to have a speed zone here and then possibly push into this upper regressional trend line that I have at 208.37. And it's also sitting just below that 208.76 level. On the downside, if you lose this regressional trend line here and this 199.34 low that I have here from June 9th, I think you come back down here and test the 20-day moving average at 195.75. you are well above the 50-day moving average as well. So you're looking, while you're over these moving averages, your thesis should be pullback longs, right? Pullback longs, or if you push into a higher level, you could possibly short it. But I tend to not want to get in front of a moving train. I used to try to fade the market all the time, and you always used to bite me in the ass here. So Apple really trying to get to these all-time highs, 317.40. I'm going to say your line in the sand for today, you got to be above 315.36. 315.36, then you could push into the all-time highs. If you get resistance here, I think you could possibly flush out, maybe flush back down here to this 305 level. I believe it's a, where is that? Yeah, so this is a nice level of the structure of the, the build up on Apple here. So 305 could be a level that it pulls back to. On the upside, if you do break through the all-time highs, 317.40, I don't have anything until 334.98, and that is just uncharted territories. It's a 127% Fibonacci extension. Okay, moving over to Meta here. Meta is interesting today. Meta's kind of getting caught here in between the 50-day moving average, sitting at 660. Did break and hold nicely over this 20-day moving average yesterday, sitting at 609.77, and had a, it's having a great little run that you have here, and a beautiful break and retest of this regressional trend line that I've had here since October 29th, 2025. You could see it broke above it pre-market, came back down to test it, and its support. So I like this level here, the 635.11 level. If you can get above this 50-day moving average, 659.39, 692.95 I have, which would be a nice little run for Meta there. So Meta seems to be very strong right now. You could, if you lose this regressional trend line, you could plot this high here from July 1st at 627.78. I'm actually going to put that on the charts here. That could be a break and retest also. So 627.77 if the market flushes on Meta. Google's a mess. Trending down right now. Got to hold this 352.32 level. If you lose that level, you come down to this 348.10 level. We tried to get down there yesterday. We did hold it, which was nice. I would say on the upside today, if you get through 356, I'm going to say this 356.61 level. If you get above a break and hold above that, you can push to the 360.99 level. And then above that, 363.09 level will give you resistance. You could see how it spiked up there on the other day. I think that was Wednesday, and then it rejected it. So that's going to be a pretty big level to get through. Downside, you're going to have to hold this 348.10 if you do get a flush today. And then you've got 344.12, which is a June 26 high. Could give you some support. And you have the 20 days, the last defense down there at 340.11. Okay, let's get over to Amazon. Amazon holding this 245.73 level is important. If you hold that level, then you can push into 252.62. And then you do have this, what level do I have here? That is a June 26 high as well. So here, watch those levels here. You could be consolidating here between 245 and 253 today. So watch that. If you lose 245.73, 242.70, I'll give you that little line of, you could be a break and retest of that level from July 7th. If you lose that, 20 days sitting at 737.74. And if you lose that, we're going to get back down here and stay in between the 50-day moving average of 231.82 and 237.74. Okay, last but not least, Microsoft. I thought these memory stocks and softwares were having a little bit of a comeback yesterday, but I think we're just kind of consolidating right now. So we are hovering right above this regressional trend line that I have here since July of last year. If you can hold this level, this 386 level, good chance to pop back into that 400 level at 399.77 20-day moving average. It's also a May low of 400, so that could be a break of that level and then coming back up here and testing it. So if you do pop into the 400 level, expect a little reaction up there because combination of things, 400 is a psychological number, and there's always reaction off of that. Downside, got to hold this 381.90 level. If you lose that, you're coming back down and testing this 374.39 level again. And then if you lose that, 386.84 is April 29's high, low, excuse me. And then below that, if you lose that, we're coming down to test this 350 level again. Upside, if you can get above that 400 level, then we do still have some resistance at 403.02. So I think really to be comfortable getting long on Microsoft, I think it's going to have to regain this 406.24 level, and then you could start pushing and then recovering some of the downside that's happened over the last several months for Microsoft. Okay, that's it for the mags. Let's get over to SpaceX and Tesla, and then we will get on with our day. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, like this video. Don't be afraid to share these videos either. SpaceX here, it's very easy to chart right now, right? So it's holding the IPO open at 150. We talked about that level. If you lose this level, and now I'm going to say down here, because we did make some different lows. Let me clear this up. We'll get rid of that. So now we created a different range right here. So if you lose to 150, you've got a 145.20 level that's going to hold you. And then below that, you've got the open low at 135. Upside, if you can get above yesterday's close, sitting at 152.16, you could push into this 155 level, which is a low from July 1st. You'll probably get some reaction there as well. So with SpaceX, just trade your levels right now. There's no news coming out about it right now. So if the market's moving, just cut and paste these levels and put them on your charts and just trade your reactions off of these levels here. So the problem with trading options on it right now is it's not really established yet. So the spreads may show you a 10-cent spread, and then next thing you know, you get in a trade, and next thing you know, the spread's widened to 20 cents, and the slippage is just too great to be trading that for right now. So hopefully in the future, it'll be something that we'll be able to add consistently. Tesla made that great push yesterday. We were definitely struggling in the morning. We're looking at a 15-minute chart. Finally got that. You had the reaction off the 100-day in the morning. Then it came back up, plowed through the 100, not only through the 100, but the 20-day moving average also. And then we plowed back up here to this upper regressional trend line that I have here from May 13th of this year. Upside here today, got to hold this 406.92 level. If you hold this 406.92 level, you could push into this 412. 414.50 level. The 414.50 level is our November 2021's high. It's a major level on the charts here. This pre-market low I'm going to have there, it's kind of in gray, if you can see it or not. But this level right here, this could be a little headwind here. So if you pop up to this 412 today, could get some reaction here. But then if you get above that, then we're pushing back into this 414.50 level, you know, recapturing this speed zone right here, right? So we didn't quite, so here was the speed zone that we had here on July 2nd. Let me just move this over for everybody here. So let's go 15, that should be enough. So you see this all created a speed zone right here from July 2nd, right? We did not recapture it. We tried recapturing it on the 6th. This was from the 2nd, Friday the 2nd. We tried recapturing this whole speed zone on the 6th, could not get there, right? So now it's making its way back up there again. So if you do manage to get above this 420 level, I think you're going to be pushing into this 435 level, right? Then you're going to recapture this complete speed zone that we have right here. However, if you look at it though, we're still trending down a little bit, right? Here's your high, you have a lower high, right? And you got your lower lows coming in here right now, but you can see it's supporting itself right here right now. So we could be working our way back up. So today I'm looking at this 406.92 level. As long as I'm above that level, I like our longs. But you have to be careful. You do have the 50-day moving average sitting at 408.57 by the time the market opens. However, you are above the 100 and you are above the 20. The 20 is sitting at 399.57 and the 100 is sitting at 397.44. So big levels right there. I would say, you know, maybe if you flush, maybe this 403.51 level is a low from June 30th. So pretty good push that we're having on Tesla right now. But be careful, it's Friday right now. So let's just go over what we're going to do for today. So for Tesla, we're going to start the day. We have our today's expiration date. And I am going to start with 415 because we are pushing right now. It is 407. Actually, I'm going to start 410s. So we're going to start 410 calls. You can see they closed at $2.50 for the premium. And so I'm hoping that, you know, you're above the close right now. So we can get this thing up to the high twos, maybe low threes on the open here. And then as far as our puts are concerned, I am going to have the 405 puts up here, and you're going to see these are probably going to open up pretty similar, right? They're a pretty decent space away from one another. So these are out of the money calls at 410 because we are trading at 407, and these are out of the money puts at 405 because we are trading, the market is above it for the puts. So I anticipate these premiums are probably going to open up identical in the same area, maybe high twos for both of them. You could see the puts closed at 335, but we are above the close yesterday, so these were going to come down a little bit. So then what does that mean? That means if you buy a one lot, for every one lot you buy, it's going to cost you $256. And if this was the market where it opened up today and you bought a one lot, it would cost you $335. You would not lose any more than that. That would be your total risk. But anyways, that's going to be it for today. And if you want to learn more about this, and we do the live trading in the trading room from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Come on and hop on, join the Discord, and you join the trade desk. You get a free day anyway, so if you can come and sniff around, if you don't like it, you're not risking anything. So come on in there, and we go over any questions that you have regarding trading at all. So all skill levels are welcome, whether you just started trading today or you've been trading for 10 years, doesn't matter. Come on in there, and we can have a little fun. It's better to trade with a group than it is by yourself. Because you can synergize off of one another, and some people may ask a question that you never even thought of that could, pop a light bulb for you. Anyways, that's going to be it. Lower your lot size today, people. Friday, don't ruin your weekend. And if I don't see you in the trade room, I will see everybody over the weekend. Make sure you go to the QOL website and put your name and your email address in there so you can get our weekly subscription newsletter. I think we're on edition 17, which comes out on Sunday. So